got some good news and I got some bad news. The great news, good news, is that it's Taco Tuesday. Happy Taco Tuesday to all my awesome and wonderful people out there. If you don't celebrate Taco Tuesday, whatever you're going to eat tonight for dinner, hopefully it's wonderful and it feels like some tacos. I'm probably going to have a burrito bowl again, and yeah, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait. But otherwise, the bad news is that I think Summer Rise is over or about to be over, and we're going to see a lot of crashing of items on this game. And another thing about Summer Rise is, does Summer Rise like happen anymore, or maybe just the items that I have that I am currently invested in are kind of really, nosediving a little bit. But we're going to be exploring a lot during this long video. So if you're expecting a short video, definitely you're in the wrong place, because this video is going to be very lengthy, and hopefully nobody is going to be getting into like a car accident listening or watching this video. If you're enjoying this content, definitely smash the like and subscription button, and also turn on the notification bell. Otherwise, you will never get notified whenever I upload videos, and I will just slowly drift away from your attention span, which is going to really suck, because I love reading all the wonderful things you guys say, primarily on Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday is always a great and wonderful day. But otherwise, yeah, Summer Rise, we're going to be doing a hard dive in to my personal experience of my first encounter to Summer Rise, and also kind of like a history lesson over the years. And let's see if Summer Rise actually still happens on current day of RuneScape, because it's kind of really like one of those traditional things where you could make a ton of GP. And if you have no clue what I'm talking about, that's okay, because you're going to learn a lot about like the history of the summer months of RuneScape, and also really the history of kind of like the dark times of the winter. The winter! Winter sucks, doesn't it? That's why you gotta go somewhere nice and warm. Okay, so let's go ahead, look at some stuff very quickly. I am recording this pod super early in the morning. It will be uploaded later today. Firstly, if you're not in a old school RuneScape clan, shout out to my awesome, sexy, wonderful clan. If you're not in an old school RuneScape clan and would like to join my Hooba Hooba Mosh Pit, under the Friends Chat tab, you basically click on these little green doodads, type in find NightmareRH, and then you'll be in the FC. Not the FC, you'll be in the CC. CC is different. Clan system on RuneScape is completely different these days. But let me go ahead and do a deep dive, and I've actually made quite a bit of GP in the last couple days by doing some Slayer tasks. Quick little update, really note, almost 85 Slayer, then we're going to be doing an Abbey Demon task, seeing if I get some luck on recording a pod to get my first ever old school RuneScape Abbey whip. But otherwise, yeah, right now I'm actually banging out a aviancy task, which is good, good chance of doing some Armadale kills. Okay, so as for bank value, actually, I want to do one more thing, or rather, let me pull something up very quickly on the screen right here. And like I said, if you are listening to this video, whether you are at the gym, whether you are driving, God bless you if you are. Please don't pull over or get into a car accident. The last thing I need on my conscience is to know that one of my pods ended up hurting someone out there, which is very unfortunate, and that's not something that I want to really have or do. Okay, so let's see. I uploaded this video August 24th, which is basically like a deep dive into old school RuneScape GP along with RuneScape 3 bank value. And my bank value was on RS3, which I am actually going to hop on RS3 very quickly. But my bank value was just under about 96 bill, rounded up to 96 bill. My old school RuneScape bank value was sitting around, yeah, we had a ton of third age items. How come I can't see my bank value? Ah, there we go. I had to scroll up on the screen. 2.3 billion GP. So remember that number, okay? And that was last month. That actually wasn't even a month ago. That was less than a month ago. That was August 24th, right? That's 3 weeks and some change. Yeah, it was definitely not a month ago. But I do want to. Oh, on a side note, Thursday I got a special surprise for all of you guys. So if you are new here, because we're actually gaining subscribers, which I am very happy about. Every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, we upload a new video. So if you don't get a notification, make sure to come back. Let's see. 6 mil. Ooh. I do want to buy you Armadale chest plates. Unfortunately, Armadale chest plates are not coming down in value. But anytime that I make money from Slayer, I'm basically throwing to slowly buying an Armadale chest plate. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Let's go ahead and do a deep dive into my bank value. 2.13 bill. So my bank in 1 month has significantly gone down, which, I mean, that is a lot. You're talking 2.346. Let's go ahead and keep the number simple. Let's round it up to 2.35, right? So my bank last month was 2.35. Now my bank is, let's round down to 2.13. If I'm not mistaken, that's almost a 10% decline? Where are you, handy dandy calculator? Let's see, 2.35, 2.35 times 0.10. That would be, and then we do 2.35 minus 0.0235. Yeah, that would be about almost a 10% drop in 1 month, which is actually pretty crazy and remarkable if you think about it. So my bank has definitely gone down in value. I'm going to pull up my bank video on the screen here. So all of my third age items, which is primarily the vast majority of wealth of my bank, was sitting at 1.769 bill. Let's go ahead and do a price check right now of all my third age items. Oh yeah, I always forget. On old school RuneScape, third age is like the number 3, and then RD like it should be, because there's a lot of, we can sit here all day long, and trust me, we definitely can. But there's a lot of things that RuneScape 3 should not have changed, and damn, it's definitely, woo! There's the culprit, man. We have found the culprit. Woo, 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 woo. I'm gonna pimp slap you, third age items. Okay. So, and by the way, this is the first time I'm actually price checking my third age items since last month. We're sitting at 1.52 bill, and in the bank video, it was 1.769 bill. And as for my investment that I ended up making, I know that I price checked this stuff. So I ended up buying what items? Come on, I'm scrolling through my old bank video right now. Come on, where are you? Come on, hooligans. Ah, here we go. So I ended up buying these items for 405 mil, and they ended up going up significantly. Let's go ahead and just price check this. So let's take out this, take out the plate body, the chain, take out this. There's one more item, take out you. Wow. So it was definitely all the items that I bought. Wow. And for anyone who doesn't know why Third Age items actually went up like this, there was a lot of DMing clans that were using Third Age items out there. I really should be talking about that a little more, but anyways, Jagex ended up banning a lot of DMing clans. DMing clans is deathmatch, gambling clans. They ended up swapping. My old school RuneScape clan, we're just a bunch of nerds, man. We're not into the illegal real world trading. By all means, if you want to buy bonds and spend your money on bonds, be my guest. I'd rather spend my money on ground beef, make some homemade tacos, or go to the bar and buy some tacos, buy some gin tonics. This past weekend, I got hammered from some White Claws. I actually haven't drank White Claws in a long time. It was pretty luxurious. Very luxurious. But otherwise, yeah. I'd rather spend my money on, stuff for social experiences and also just feeling good. But, yeah, we're not into any of that stuff. So, Third Age is probably going to take a big hit. But if you really want my opinion on things, I would, like, when I saw the value of my bank kind of decline, the first thing that popped in my head was Summer Rise. Is Summer Rise still a thing? Because now we're going to be diving into really, like, the history of Summer Rise. And if you have no clue of what I'm talking about, oh, you're going to... And if you do know what I'm talking about, it's going to be a blast from the past. Because I ended up making so much GP years ago. Like, a astonishing amount of GP years ago. From utilizing Summer Rise. And also, like, the winter months as well. But, let me go ahead and hop off here on, we gotta remove this. Yeah, let's go ahead and here. Tell you all, and by the way, there is going to be some new tunes that are coming, here in the near future. When I say some tunes, I mean some, audio. But let me go ahead and hop on, RuneScape, 3 very quickly. On the flip side, I honestly just can't believe it's already September. It is crazy. Whenever I hear this song, I just get filled with memories of, like, 2006 and, like, 2005 when I first started on this game. It's just one of those crazy, like, woo! We're back! By the way, if you want to follow me on Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook, definitely do so. I'm very much more active on my social media, too. Oh, wow. You all got to see this. Okay. So, this is actually pretty remarkable. Woo! Okay. So my bank, not even a month ago on RuneScape 3, was sitting right below 96 bill. Now it's up to 97 and some change. So this is really one of those things where, does Summer Rise still happen? Because RuneScape 3's economy, I feel, has totally abolished Summer Rise, which is kind of really sad. Now, as for the old school RuneScape economy, that's what we got to dive into now. So now let's go ahead and move in to pretty much like some history lesson. And if you are listening to this podcast, I'm just showing my bank value on RuneScape 3 right now, which is, like I said, 97.2 bill. But that's pretty remarkable. My old school RuneScape bank went down by 10%. My RS3 bank went up. But then again, if Jagex did not ban those clans and DMers, maybe my old school RuneScape bank would have just, continued to kind of go, one of those things, just continue to go upward and stuff like that. However, check this out here. So, if you were to type in RuneScape Summarize on Google, the all-knowing search engine, it's pretty remarkable how Summer Summit pretty much pops up. Now, Summer Summit is, to sum it up, it's like a fun-filled, and then Jagex also does like winter, like they do their own winter stuff as well. I believe they also do a spring and autumn, so they accommodate the 4 seasons, right? But if you were to like do some history, it really doesn't. Is RuneScape so popular? Yeah, man, RuneScape is still popular. We're a growing community, even though we are a dying breed for anyone who is, or who started playing RuneScape before the Grand Exchange, 26 November 2007. Oh, yes, we are definitely a dying breed. But if you go ahead and type in Summarize, every single thing that comes up here doesn't really show like a history lesson at all. Summer content is really big, but it doesn't actually go into the deep dive of what Summarize pretty much is. And to really sum it up as a history lesson, and I want to say this very respectfully, because, well, first of all, I know my demographics. And I know when I started making YouTube videos when I was 19 years old, 2008. I started playing RuneScape early June. I was 16 at the time. 2005. No, I was 15 at the time. 15, 16. But I was actually it's computers. Sorry, computer noises are going off like crazy. I can't believe it's already early morning. I've actually been up since 5:30, believe it or not. I am definitely an early bird. Can't believe it's already 9 in the morning. But anyways, like I said, I started playing RuneScape, and I was fairly older than the average RuneScape player. I'm 36 right now, and my demographics are surprisingly between the ages of like 24 to like 29, which means you all were watching my content when you were probably 10 to maybe 14 years old. Maybe younger, maybe a little older. I kind of really feel like a little awkward to know that maybe I had a whole bunch, because South Park and Beavis and Butthead was very influential on me when I was like 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. I learned a whole bunch of new vocabulary, and I'm sure that you all maybe learned a bunch of vocabulary from me. A lot of you all have told me that, which is a good feeling and a bad feeling, but still. Back during that time frame, though, even 2008, 2009, 10, 11, even really 2012, RuneScape had a summer rise. And what a summer rise is that it means that, hey, everyone is off from school. So all you middle schoolers, high schoolers, now everyone, is of course much older. Hang on one second. I gotta close some things on my computer. 1 second. I apologize. Hang on, my computer is making way too much noises. way too much noises over here. Okay, this is good. Anyways, like I said, many years ago, the vast majority of RuneScapians were in middle school. Were in potentially maybe even elementary school. So you got elementary school, middle school, high school, right? What happened during summertime? People were off from school. I mean, I was off from school. When I started playing RuneScape, I was still in high school. I bet that a lot of you all maybe were just entering maybe middle school. Some maybe still in elementary school. But the point being is that as soon as June or late May came around, boom! Baby, boom, baby, boom, baby, boom, 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 baby, boom, boom, boom. You got God Swords, doubling in value. You got armor, doubling in value. You got whips, you got food, you got potions, you got boobies getting bigger. Maybe not boobies getting bigger, but you got everything. More tacos getting more expensive. Inflation. So, if you were strategic, you would buy a lot of items during the winter months. You would buy a lot of items typically like during probably like maybe January, February. It was very big. And you would notice that prices would kind of pretty much like do a bottom curve in a way. And by April and May, they would just go, they would start increasing. And then June, they would go crazy. Why? It's because so many more people were on RuneScape playing the game during the summer. Hence the name Summer Rise. Summer Rise was all about GP. It was a great way to merchant items, flip items. It was a great way to play RuneScape. But if you were one of the lost players like I was initially starting out and I had no clue what was going on, you could lose a lot of GP. And I did. I actually messed up like really badly quite a bit of months. And it significantly sucked more than you can imagine. But overall, 2008 was the first year that I actually took advantage of Summer Rise because I kind of really knew how to, I kind of really understood it a little more. Maybe it was because I was 19 and I was just a little older and stuff. And my brain finally had like matured in a way. I don't know. I definitely know that quite a lot of you all made a ton of money, that you all were much younger than me. But 2008, I actually ended up flipping a tremendous amount of God Swords. That was how I bought my my purple party hat back in 2008 for 140 something mil, and then I ended up I ended up selling it for a red party hat, and the red party hat was 102 mil that I ended up paying. Right now it's like 54 bill on RS3. But anyways, 2009, I made a ton of GP. 2010, ton of GP. Even 2011. And then 2012, things started really, like, fluctuating. And in 2012, Squeal of Fortune. 2012, the Squeal of Fortune came out. And after that, Summer Rise pretty much just completely, like, because now you had, RuneScape had turned into a microtransaction game, a pay-to-play style of a game. So you could buy keys, you could buy these squeals, which right now Squeal of Fortune is treasure hunter keys, by the way. But that's how you could like really pay. It's a pay to play game, man. That's what RuneScape 3 had turned into, pay to play. Once this happened, the RuneScape economy basically just completely completely changed. And RuneScape 3 no longer really became like a Summer Rise style of play. I pretty much I have not merched on RuneScape 3 in well beyond a decade because the economy and me personally, I just don't have the time. I consider myself to be semi-retired on RuneScape 3. I do want to make a podcast talking about retirement on RuneScape 3 though. But so yeah, I mean that's pretty much like the history lesson of Summer Rise. And it's one of those crazy things. It's crazy how a game that we love and we play can actually have such like a tremendous impact, especially on like, you know, like the economy wise, like per se and stuff. Because it's, I mean, RuneScape itself is pretty much like a economy driven style game. You have like it's one of those remarkable things how RuneScape is kind of like its own little stock market in a way. It's pretty crazy. So I actually looked to see if I made any videos on my main channel, the channel that you're watching. I actually did not about Summer Rise. However, I made quite a few videos about Summer Rise on my vlog channel, NightmareRH on RS. Where is Summer Rise 13 years ago? RuneScape Summer Rise. RuneScape 2007 Summer Rise. I basically made 4 videos, right? Let's see. Summer Rise, this was 12 years ago. RuneScape 2007, Summer Rise here. And I remember how that there was a lot of talks when RuneScape 2007 came out, which was February of 2013. A lot of people were really saying, like, hey, this is going to be like how RuneScape used to be, right? We're going to have, like, Summer Rise is going to come back. You're going to be able to make a lot of money. There's going to be, like, other aspects out there. And it's going to be one of those weird things where merchandising is really going to come back. However, 2013, you really had a lot of the fan base of RuneScape, or the player base, kind of really past like high school, or like Summer Rise really did not happen so much, to be perfectly honest. It really was one of those things that kind of really just like shifted in a way. So as for old school RuneScape, is Summer Rise like still a thing? Because we talked about the history, but now let's go ahead and actually show some price items out here. Because I'm kind of really, and I actually do want to pull up some items that I do have like in mind and take a look at. And we're going to see if Summer Rise is actually still like applicable to this day. Because the whole thing that fueled Summer Rise, like I said, was the fact that the player base was off from school and actually had more time to play RuneScape. If the vast majority of people, and I'm talking like if the demographics of RuneScape are, you got late 20s or you got mid 20s or early 20s, and then you got people even in their 30s, well, you got people with careers, you got people who work, you know, multiple jobs. Late 20s, you're probably out of college. Mid 20s, you might still be in maybe like you know, a graduate type of degree. Early 20s, most likely maybe college. But the overall demographic seems to really be like mid 20s and forward on like old school RuneScape now, which is definitely not a bad thing, man. Like the old school, like RuneScape has definitely grown over the years. But during the summertime, do people really have more time to really like play RuneScape? And as for me, I actually don't, believe it or not. I've been so busy with external non-RuneScape projects like you can imagine. I actually have the least amount of time to play RuneScape in the last couple months. I actually have like a very couple hours at the end of the night to actually play RuneScape. I do bird runs, of course, throughout the day, but otherwise I'm doing other work besides RuneScape related stuff. So for me, right now, summer has concluded, but I was busy as balls all throughout the summer, and I know a lot of you all are in the same boat as well. So I really feel like Summer Rise has kind of really drifted away, but let's go ahead and check out some items here and see if Summer Rise actually does play a toll on any of these items, or if it's mainly just individual base items, kind of like Third Age items. DMing clans were using them, and now DMing clans are essentially banned. So, it's one of those things. Is Nightmare's bank about to take a heavy... I don't know, man. Hopefully it doesn't. And if you are listening to this pod, I'm just going to be showing some items on the screen right now. Hopefully y'all can see this, but... okay. So let's go ahead and check probably one of the biggest items that have made my bank so valuable on RuneScape 3. God Swords, right? God Swords, are they still relevant? Probably most likely it's debatable, man. Like it's really one of those crazy things. But let's go ahead and look at 6 months for a Bandos God Sword. See if like Summer Rise has any like impact at all. So it's actually pretty remarkable. Bandos God Sword has actually gone down during the summer months. One of the reasons why it could have gone down is obviously it may or may not be a good item to really invest in. Same thing with, now on the other hand, a Armadale God Sword, if you were to buy this item during the winter months like March or April, you could have made some money depending how many, Armadale God Swords you would have bought. Years ago, when God Swords used to be like 50 mil and they would soar to like near like 80 mil, yeah, baby, that's when you would make a lot of bank. But you would have to take a tremendous amount of money, and I'm talking about like hundreds of millions of GP to actually see a big return on like here. But I mean, I'm not too sure why in September the God Sword just really spiked. So Armadale God Sword may not be the best one to really use. Let's see. Saradaman God Sword. Let's see. Did it go up in the last 6 months? It's really one of those things. Sarah God Sword. Very big on Slayer. It's definitely an item that I'm probably going to work towards buying because of the healing aspect. But you can debate that God Swords are fluctuating because of this reason. Now, a Zami God Sword, 22 mil in April, went up a little bit, but then fell off, kind of cliff here during July. Now, this is really debatable because you can look at this and say, well, the reason why God Swords went down is because a lot more people were playing RuneScape during the summertime, which means that a lot more God Swords came into the game. Why would this be, though? Because God Swords are like the stupid, like cheap items of old school RuneScape. Back in 2008, 9, 10, 11, God Swords were the OGs. Like, they were very, very popular. So now let's look at an item. Let's look at Torva on this game, right? So look at the Torva helm. Torva helm in the last 6 months. Wow. Torva helm in the last 6 months has done absolutely nothing special. Torva plate body, 6 months. Yeah, 6 months has definitely done nothing. If you were to invest in a Torva, you would have lost a tremendous amount of GP. Torva plate legs. Let's look at you. Wow, that's absolutely just incredible. Twisted. Let's look at some rating gear now. So, Twisted Bow, 1.7 bill. Last 6 months. I mean, okay. So if you were to buy this during the winter time, 1.6, 1.7. I mean, it wouldn't be. It's not like the best. You know, you don't really see like a lot of these items. Well, what's another one? Dragon Hunter Bow, I think, is another one. Hunter Crossbow. Okay, so this one has actually gone up in value quite a bit. But did it really go up because of Summer Rise? No, it did not. Dragon Lance. Okay, Dragon Lance is definitely, but it's really hard. You know, I'm not seeing like a lot of these items, or maybe let's look at this. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong items. Let's look at super combat potions, because you need super combat potions to go to all these events, right? So, okay, so this is a good example of Summer Rise, right? Look at this. Summer Rise, you basically have during the winter months, and then you just have all this massive, like, boom, like, up here. And it's very, like, much still up here, too. Because if you were making or buying super combat divine potions, like, during the winter time, and you held on to all your potions, you would be very well have made a ton of GP. But it's also debatable. Summer Rise items, and I kid you not, every item on RuneScape over a decade ago was just a straight like every item. Food, every item. You could not go wrong with Summer Rise. You could not go wrong. You could buy, like, you could have bought, what do we got? Anglerfish that look like, angel. Did I misspell that? Yeah, I did. Angler, it's, fish, it's, oh boy. You okay, little buddy? Hang on. My little dog son has the hiccups here. You okay? Okay. I swear, this little guy has more PTSD than a VA hospital. Yeah, I am his service human. He just sits with me he literally sits with me all day long. Except yesterday, he had some wicked bad gas. I almost contemplated on buying a military grade gas mask. But yeah, I bought this super recliner chair just for him. Okay, all right, go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. Okay. All right. Anyways, what was the item here? I'm obviously butchering this word. Let's look at sharks. Sharks up. It's really it's I mean, you can, it's, if I were to take a guess, because there's so many external factors here, like a lot of external factors, I would honestly say that old school RuneScape really doesn't experience a summer rise. If anything, we experience potentially maybe like a summer crash. And it very well could be that you have a lot more people playing RuneScape during the summertime, but it creates a lot more items in the game. Because raiding is it's very easy to do. Like very easy out there to actually, like, it's actually, let me look at these items very quickly, because I gotta see. Corrupted, uncharged, that's crazy. Okay, So obviously we have the top dog items. We got the scythe. Now this item would be a great example. I'm actually glad that I looked this up. Okay. Every single item back in 2008, 9, 6, 7 of RuneScape, every single item would look like this during Summer Rise. Every single item. I personally don't know if it's because we looked up like the titty bow, and obviously the twisted bow is so much different than this. But what is that one? Let's see, old school RuneScape. I forget it. Raid staff, old school RuneScape. Toa staff. What is it? What is the Toa staff called? I actually got to look this up. Maybe someday I'll become a Toa expert. Okay. Look up two things. Fang I want to look up. Fang is actually, yeah, I ended up paying 30 mil for this weapon, but it's an amazing weapon, I'm not going to lie. I had no complaints. This weapon is absolutely awesome. But let's look up this Shadow Tomb Kex, whatever it's called. Tomb Kex, I don't even want to pronounce that word. You really see the opposite here. So, I honestly don't know, guys. If I had to honestly, like, take a guess, I probably would say Summer Rise is really non-existent on old school RuneScape, which is really much a shame, because it was an easy way to really make GP. Or maybe Summer Rise is still a thing, and like I said, you just really had to invest into items that are not really like everything. The way that I lost a lot of GP during Summer Rise was actually, oh boy, 2006. Because during 2006, it was the second summer that I had off from high school to play RuneScape. And I remember that everything was so expensive. Everything. You had armor, you had equipment, you just had everything. And I was actually merchanting at the time. I was merchanting flax, I was merchanting bowstrings, pure essence, and I had like a large quantity. So I was overpaying like for this, but it was working. Because during the summertime, everything was like over the average, the premiums. Everything was over the premiums. I would buy like 100,000 flax, 100,000 pure essence at a time. There's no Gren exchange. I had to use the forms. And I had my own little merchant business. And out of nowhere, boom! Like, everything just crashed. And I'm like, what is going on? And then everyone's like, back to school, or back to school, back to school. And then it finally clicked in my brain. Yeah, I'm starting high school. Another grade. I think I was 2006 junior in high school. Junior, senior, can't remember. No, senior in high school, 2006, starting senior. Yep, graduated 2007. But yeah, so I'm like, okay, this makes sense. And then I was left with all this supplies that I had to take like losses on, and it sucked. And I did mess up Summer Rise like back in like 2008. Also because I ended up holding on to items way too long. But if you really want my opinion, I really don't think that old school RuneScape really does have like a Summer Rise. I believe that my third age items are really crashing because of the clans being banned. Now, would it be wise for me to have sold like a couple, last week or a couple weeks ago when the clans got banned? Yeah, it probably would have been wise. But then again, RuneScape is artificial. Obviously, RuneScape's economy is not like it's not like it's not like a house. It's not like stocks. It's not like anything else. I mean, maybe it's relatable to like cryptocurrency in a way, but at the end of the day, I really don't give a hoot. I'm very happy with my third age items, but if I had to take a guess, I'm probably going to say that my old school RuneScape Inc. is probably going to be in a world of hurt here in the next couple months, and it's definitely going to be good to really track this this data. On the other side of things, what's pretty funny is that I actually have quite a bit of you guys, not only on my Discord. If you want to join my Discord, link is down below. All my links are down below, including a playlist of all my pods. But I actually have quite a few of you guys doing Birdhouse runs religiously like me. And a lot of my clan members, I see all the time at Birdhouse runs. And what is going on here? Oh, yeah, that's right. Bird nest. There we go. So I'm very curious to see if birdhouses are going to fall, bird nests are going to fall to what they were in April. Because right now, I'm enjoying making 50 mil of like passive RuneScape income by doing birdhouse runs religiously every single day. My timer is about to go off. I got to actually hop on and do a birdhouse run right now. But I'm really enjoying making, GP on the side. However, I'm really curious to see if they actually drop to like this area again. Do I think these birdhouses going up in value have something to do with Summer Rise? I mean, it could be. It could just be that, hey, maybe RuneScape got a boost overall. But it's going to be one of those interesting things to really track. Track and really see these items. Because if these nests were to hypothetically fall like significantly in price, it's going to come down that it's going to be like not even worth really doing it like anymore. But right now I'm enjoying taking advantage. Now, what could be funny is that maybe all these items that are going down to Chinatown are because so many of you all are actually doing these birdhouse runs. That is definitely a possibility, man. And I want nothing for everyone who's watching these podcasts really flourish on this game. Everyone should be able to achieve your dreams of RuneScape wealth, RuneScape goals in this game. But I think we rambled on for a good portion of this podcast. We talked about the history of Summer Rise. We talked about how I kind of really dropped the soap a little bit years ago. And in my honest personal opinion, I don't know. If I had to roll the dice and really take a gamble, I would say that Summer Rise really does not exist how it used to be over a decade ago. Is there still a Summer Rise on some items? Yes. But it's tougher to really find those items than what it used to be. Years ago, you could literally buy your bank. You're talking like January, February, March of 2008, 9, 10, 11. And then sell every item in your bank by mid-August of that year. Rebuy all your items during the winter months. And I actually know people that did. I actually thought about doing this. If it wasn't for my OCD, I probably would have. But if you were to do that, you would be like nearly doubling and tripling your bank value. It was crazy. Obviously, if I did that now, it would not, work out at all and stuff. So it's really one of those, weird things. But if you found value in this video, definitely smash the like button, subscribe button. I love you all. Hopefully you enjoy your Taco Tuesday, and I'll see ya Thursday. Bye.